Cincinnati Bengals at the New York Jets. I'm on the Bengals here. I have them. This was at 4.5. I went ahead and just played the alt to 5 and took the plus 105 on that. Dead zone numbers. If Cincinnati wins, I think they win the game handily. That's kind of the handicap here is, look, the problem has been in this so far, Adam, that the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line just hasn't been able to gel yet. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion, in this game. The Jets have no pass rush to speak of whatsoever. And so even if it doesn't get there, it doesn't really matter. I mean, again, Burrow's been sacked 13 times. Jets are 30th in pass rush win rate. So probably not going to be that big of a deal here. And oh, by the way, there's 2 of the 3 most pressured quarterbacks in all the NFL in this game. Burrow comes in at 3rd, actually, shockingly. Flacco the 1st. And so if anything, the Bengals could be able to get to Flacco there and disrupt his situation for the Jets. So pretty easy handicap for me. It's up to 6 now. I would still play it at 6. Once it gets to a full touchdown, I can see where you want to get off of that. Maybe 45.5. But it's not a get right spot here for Cincinnati at all. It's more of a just, hey, look, the thing that has been broken for them should not come into play very often here in this game against the Jets. And with that, we know the Jets can't cover either. This seems like this has a real big day written all over it for Joe Burrow and for Jamar Chase and company.
All right. So Steven mentioned earlier teams that had a little bit of luck on their side, right? And clearly Cincinnati had luck on its side to win as many one-score games as it did in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. Overall last year, though, Cincinnati was a 4-5 team in one-score games. They just happened to have a lot of luck at the right time down the stretch. And all that's really happened to this team is they've had that luck go against them here at the beginning of the season. I don't think we should be adjusting too much against Cincinnati. I think we probably should factor in that Joe Burrow having the appendectomy behind a brand new offensive line means this team has had no opportunity to get together yet. Now, that being said, Burrow having been sacked 13 times, the more you listen to the smart football people, the more the smart football people talk about the fact that quarterbacks are the reason for these sacks. So if Joe Burrow is taking too much time behind a bad offensive line, that might be more signal than noise. But as you just mentioned, Matt, it's pretty much the same evaluation as the Baltimore game, right? We said the one thing that Baltimore has problem with right now is covering. Well, New England ain't the team to make that a problem. That's exactly what we're talking about here with Cincinnati and the Jets. As you said, the pass rush is not going to be a problem for Joe Burrow and company. And also, if you look at the New York Jets, what is it really that you feel good about? Is it the fact that they recovered an onside kick and didn't lose by 13 last week?
Right.
Is that it? Because that's the only thing you're looking at with this team and saying that this should be inside of a touchdown. I make it Cincinnati -7. I'm right with you that if you're going to get on this thing, you're getting on Cincinnati.
Steven, tell me you're back in the Jets just so I can scream at you here.
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. All right.
I mean, I fully admit I got extremely lucky with my Jets cover last week against Jacoby Brissett. I had the luckiest week ever. I had the Jets, Cardinals, and the Dolphins last week. I mean, I can't complain about a bad bet the rest of the season. But yeah, I want to sit back and see that we're getting a little more continuity with this offensive line with the Bengals. And maybe we get a better number next week against Miami, because I would be interested in that. I'm not sure. But yeah, just to sit back and watch here for me.
This is just a miniature teaching moment here. The line's moved to 6, so it doesn't really matter. But basically, if you're backing a favorite, guys, that if that number's sitting 4.5, 5, whatever, something like that, buying up to that next higher number to get plus money is typically a profitable situation for you. The games with spreads of 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5 have landed exactly on 5 or 6 13 times in the last 8 seasons, right? And so it's just, those are dead numbers. We call them dead numbers for a reason. So instead of backing a team at -5, back them at -5.5 at plus money. If instead of backing them at -4.5, back them at -5 at plus money or whatever. So take that extra tick up or whatever and get in the plus money territory. Because again, unless you're just really unlucky because it just lands on one of these numbers that's only happened 13 times in 8 seasons, then it's just better to go. It's more profitable to just take the extra money on that. So we call that dead zone and dead money, those dead numbers for a reason. So take advantage of that when you're making those bets.